What do you make of the progress or lack thereof on this transition from hardware to software, Glenn?
Well, it's a long process, and it's going to take a while. And I think maybe some investors are getting impatient with the transition. But its core networking business is on a slight decline. There's a lot of headwinds in that business. And moving into the software space, I think Cisco is making some good progress there, but it's going to take a while to offset that huge amount of revenue in the networking space.
Cisco is normally thought of as a bellwether for the tech industry. With all of this political uncertainty, the Trump tax agenda, Cisco could conceivably benefit significantly from, because they have so much cash overseas. But with Trump's future potentially in question, what does that mean for Cisco?
Well, I won't comment on the political landscape, but should that tax holiday come through, it will be a real boon for Cisco shareholders. Cisco has an enormous amount of cash overseas, as do other tech companies like Apple and Microsoft. But if they can bring that back, they're going to use some of it for expansion through M&A, but a lot of that's going back to the shareholders. And I think we'll see that across the tech industry.
What sort of M&A are you expecting?
More software. Chuck Robbins, CEO Chuck Robbins, has made it pretty clear that he's going to turn this company into a software company, and his most recent acquisitions are indicative of that. AppDynamics and a few others are clearly moving in that direction. So it'll be more software assets for sure. Potentially some storage, but there's been a lot of debate about that.
Cisco did make a small acquisition called MindMeld, $125 million, meaning, though, that they're entering a very big battlefield of AI. What is the potential for Cisco when it comes to artificial intelligence?
Well, every tech vendor on the planet wants to get in on the AI game, and for good reason. The algorithms and the technology that goes into these various things that people like to call artificial intelligence, these things are the future, because it gives you the ability to make sense out of enormous amounts of data, and we are swimming in data, so we have to try to make heads or tails out of the needles in the haystack. And it gives a tech company some stickiness, in the sense that for most of this technology, it's pretty easy to reverse engineer it and to compete with a product that's like the one that you're copying. And there's a constant game of leapfrog that just keeps going on. But good analytics is sticky because it's hard to reverse engineer. You can hide a lot of the magic under the covers. And that means if you're going to buy a technology in this field, you're probably going to keep buying it for a while. And that makes for good long-term revenue and profits for the company selling it.
Now, Glenn, we're still feeling the ripple effects of the ransomware hack attack. Clearly, there are renewed concerns around security. What does that mean for Cisco?
Well, Cisco and other vendors who are in the security space, and yes, Cisco has quite a business in security. It's not just a networking company. These companies are all benefiting from the mass hysteria and justified paranoia around this. But where we see the real future for security is building security into these technologies. And Cisco has done a lot to build security into the network. And,
okay.
And that's great, but we have to expand that baked-in security across the board.